All right, thank you. It's great to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to be here this morning. I guess we're still at. And I'm going to be very brief because I've been told I've got 5 minutes, so I'm going to stick to my guns. We've got lots and lots to talk about, but I'm going to try to share some of the key things that we're looking for. So, my name is Carolyn Evancio. As Kim said, I work for Alberta Health Services as a health promotion facilitator, which means I help promote health and well-being within our community. So, I belong to the Y Connect group, which is a group of agencies that are interested in engaging youth in programming and services. So we get together quite often. We've been together for about over 3 years, and we work together to see how we can meet the gaps and needs of the youth in our community. So 40 by 18 is something I'm really proud to be speaking on behalf of. You might be thinking 40, what is the 40? 40 are the most important values, qualities, and experiences that young people need in their lives to become caring, competent, and responsible adults. Following Alliance Quest training sponsored by ConocoPhillips in October 2010, a number of local organizations decided to commit to building 40 assets in our youth by the time they reach 18. So that's where the 40 by 18. So 40 assets by the time they're 18 years of age. The partners engaged in this exciting opportunity are Alberta Health Services, Careers the Next Generation, Fort McMurray Food Bank, Justin Slade Youth Foundation, Wood Buffalo RCMP, ConocoPhillips, and Stepping Stones Youth Services. We know that developmental assets have the ability to play a significant role in academic achievement. Youth with high asset levels are less likely to engage in high-risk behaviors such as violence, sexual activity, drug use, and suicide, and more likely to engage in thriving behaviors such as helping others, doing well in school, and taking on leadership roles. First of all, before we could move on, we have to know how our youth were doing. How many assets do our youth have? Therefore, in November 2011, with the financial support of ConocoPhillips and the support of the 3 local school districts, 3,150 youth were surveyed in the municipality in grades 7 to 12. Based on the results of this survey, we know Wood Buffalo youth are doing fantastic. They are awesome. They demonstrate a commitment, They demonstrate a commitment to learning, positive values, social competency, and a positive identity. They are highly connected to their schools. Again, way to go out to our schools, and have a positive view on their personal future. So they have a lot of really good internal assets. And you've got some handouts there that explain what an internal and an external asset is. So they're doing really well on the internal. Can be building a little bit more on their external, which is where we come in, helping build those community programming and services around them. Youth in Wood Buffalo report having 17.8 of 40 assets. So we have some work to do. We're not doing bad, but we've got some work to do. Ideally, youth would possess about 30 developmental assets to become caring, competent adults. So, so what can we do as a community? How can we help build assets in our youth? We can keep doing what we're doing because we do have a lot of fantastic youth. We have a lot of great programming. We have a lot of initiatives like, social prosperity that can help us get where we want to go, right? Be an asset champion. Highlight assets in your programming and your projects. So what projects are you doing now, and how can you build the developmental assets into your programming and your programming and your services when you're planning them, right? If you have youth programming, have a 40 by 18 trained facilitator attend your work environment to educate your staff on the developmental assets and how you could help to promote those. When hiring young workers, make it a meaningful experience. They have a lot to contribute when given the opportunity. And I know I have 3 sons, and they've been involved in a number of work experiences as youth, and they come home and they say, what did you do today? I swept the floor again in the shop. We want them to come back in our community. We want them to work here. We want them to become educated. We want them to come back. So how can we engage them so that they are wanting to be part of Wood Buffalo rather than going to Calgary and all those other places, right? Be a mentor, be an adult role model, reach out to youth in our community. And that was an area that we were kind of lacking in, that they didn't feel that they were valued as much as they would have liked to, like what we'd have liked to seen, right? Engage youth in a conversation. It can be as simple as that. How are you doing today? What's going on in your world? Provide meaningful leadership and community involvement opportunities. So ideally, an entire community will become involved, ensuring that its young people receive a solid developmental foundation they need to make a difference to become tomorrow's competent, caring adults. So we can be that person. We can make a difference to our youth. So we are having a moving ahead meeting the end of June. So we would invite anybody that is interested in learning more about the developmental assets, becoming an asset champion in your organization, in our community, to come to that meeting and learn more what we have to share. So that's it. Yeah. So we had thanks Sonia for that question. So we had a leadership get together, I guess, for lack of a better word, last Friday. And some of the leaders of the community were there, and we shared Wood Buffalo results as a region. The schools, because they were so actively involved and because they took their time out of their classroom to do the survey, each one of the districts has their own survey results as well, and we will share those with the schools or the districts individually, and then from there share it as a community. Does that answer your question? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that people know that there's follow-up to the survey.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Any other questions? How long have we been involved, Sonia, with YConnect? 3 or 4 years? About that, yeah. Is a group of youth-based organizations. So anybody that has youth services in our community is invited to come to YConnect. And it's basically a meeting group. We share what we're doing. We talk about programming. We talk about some challenges that we may be having with certain programs. So it's just basically an opportunity to get together and network. And then we have 40 by 18 became a subcommittee of YConnect. So because we were already engaged with the youth and we had a passion for working with youth, we developed the 40 by 18 after the training. So, explain it?